Hello, welcome to the next episode of this tutorial, and in this video I will show you how to detail the elevation in Revit. Without wasting much time, let's get into Revit. So I will start with the south elevation. That's where you normally, you know, the elevations are those four elevations, the basic ones you know already. So the east, north, south, west. So basically I will start from the south. So the south, um, these trees over here, these trees, let me do it this way. Let me change it to the hidden line. Then let me hide these trees in entire project. Okay, visible in view. Let me do it this way. Then I'll hide it here. Then the levels too, I'll hide them. Uh, Visible in view. Okay, then I'll hide that one too. The hiding of elements is just simple. Just select that element, just right click, then I'll hide this section, plane 2, then I'll hide that one too. So let's say I'll leave those wall over there. I'll just detail the elevation. That's what I want to do here. So let me change it to realistic and you see how it is. So this is the elevation, and how I want to detail the elevation, I want to do it in such a way that it will follow your eye view. So in case where it comes before or where it's closer to you. So with this model, you can see this part here is at the back and this side here is at the front. So let's say this part, this front part here, we are going to detail that part. We will make that part lines more thicker than the other side so that we can differentiate between the views of how we view things. So let's go to the south again, and with this one, let me hide this wall, and with this elevation, most people or the beginners, those who are beginners in Revit and some in intermediate level, use lines to detail elevation, and that one is not appropriate. It is not much appropriate. You have to go by the rules in Revit by not using those lines. So this elevation over here, we are going to detail this elevation without taking a detail line to draw a line through where we're supposed to add a lines. So with this one, let me go by this way. So I don't want to tell you use lines to do this, but we use lines, but we don't use lines. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying, but what I want to show you is that the lines, we are going to increase the line width. So each line over here, we are going to assign a new line to it. Okay, so maybe you will say I'm wasting your time, but I'm not wasting your time. I have to explain things to you so that you understand me. I hope you get me. Okay, so let's do it this way. I once said most people use lines, the detail line, the shortcut is DL to detail elevation, and that one is not much appropriate. So I'll just tell you we don't use lines in elevations. I hope you get me. Okay, so let's start. You go to the modify. You see the modify tab over there. That modify tab over there at the top. Not the one with the cursor. No. I mean the modify tab. This modify tab. You click on this modify tab. You find this line work. So we are going to use line work to detail this elevation. We are not going to use a real detail line. I hope you get me. Okay. So you click on this line work, or the shortcut you know already, LW, which is the line work. All right. Then we have plenty lines styles over there. You can also create your own line, but this tutorial is for just detailed elevation, not to create a line. So I'll just um choose my line which I want to use it for the elevation detailing. So I'll go by the wide line. Maybe you go by the medium, or you can choose to create your own line, but let's do it this way. So I'll pick the wide line. Then I will start from here. So let me view from the 3D. So this one, this wall over here, this generic model over here, but this design or this design over here wasn't created using a generic model. It was created using a different idea, but I will not show you in this video. Maybe in our next video I will tell you how I created this design, not using a generic model. Okay, so I will start from here. This wall, I'll start from this wall, but before I go I have to remove this line over here because it is a straight wall. So let me go to the line style again, then I'll pick invisible lines. To make that line invisible, I'll click, then it will go. Then I'll also check, this is a floor and you have to see the thickness because there is no wall attached under it. Then this line, remove this one, then I'll remove because it is a straight curtain wall which is divided. Then this one too will be there, this one too will be there. Let me check again. This line too will be removed. Now it should be there because looking at the wall, this one comes a little bit before this one, so it should be there. So just after you have removed the unwanted lines, let me remove these lines too. It should be off. Then these lines too should be off. Here too should be off. These ones are generic models. Let me hide them so that you won't get confused. Okay, so now let me hide this one too. Okay, so we are coming to detail it, so I'll just pick my wide line, then I'll start from this side. I'll click, so you can see it has been increasing the line weight of that elevation, and you don't need to use this detail line to drawing lines on the elevation. It's not appropriate. So let's continue. Okay, then I'll click on these lines to make it thicker. So you can see this one is thick. So from this realistic 3D, this line coming, or this wall comes before these ones, so it should be thicker than these ones. So I'll go to the south again, so you can see this one is thick, very very thick. Then I'll also go again. I'll pick a medium line, medium, because the ones left is behind these ones. Then I'll start with the coping over here. I'll increase it. I'll come here. Okay, I'll take it this one up. Then click like this. Then you go, this one can be, so this one we won't touch this one. We come this way, click to make it thicker. Then we come here, click 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 click. Okay, then we come this way, we continue from here, click, then you click, pick these lines, continue. This one we won't tap this one because it is at the back. Then we continue this way, we pick. Okay, so you see this one is simple, this one is simple. Let's come this way, we pick these ones. Okay, then pick this. No, the floor ends at here, so you should start from here, and you pick this. So this line will be removed, so we go to and pick the invisible line, click click. Then you have to remove these ones to click, then click. So it should be like this. Then we go again, medium line, pick 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 pick. All right, this lines too, we have to remove this line. Then invisible line, we remove it. Then this window, let's go with the medium line. I said you can create your own line and use it, but this one is just for the tutorial. That's why I'm using the wide and medium. But in case you are working for me, maybe a submission drawing or approval drawing, you have to make the work appropriate, not any shoddy work. Then this lines too, it has to be thick. Yes. Then you come this way. Here to the same thing. These window buttons over here, you can choose to make it more thicker, or you can leave it like that. So you can see the difference between these lines and these lines. So you can see the difference. So this is how you can do the elevation. So let me add the last thing to it. So the last thing I'll add is the field region. To have to do something that you see, it looks like the earth. So this circle over here, let me increase that one to, okay. So let me do the fill region. So I'll go to the annotate. So annotate, then I'll go to the region, I'll go to the type, then I'll go to the duplicate. You can choose to rename it, but if you are a professional, you can leave it like that. Continue with your work, just know the name or how you save it. So I'll go okay. Then the full background, the pattern, I'll change it to I'll change it to solid. Then I'll select OK. Then I'll select OK again. Then I'll pick a rectangle. Then I'll hatch this underground over here so that you can see. Let me finish mode. Then you can see how the elevation is. So you can see how it is. So with this, you see how it will become nicer than the previous one. The previous one was just an, you know. So with this style, you can use to detail your elevations by not using the lines. Just go to the modify using the line work. Oh, okay. With this, when you are done, just go to your properties. You just crop your drawing. So you crop. If you don't know how to crop or how to move your drawing to the sheet, I have a video on it on YouTube. You can watch that one and practice. So with this software, the more you practice and research more about new things, the more you become perfect. Don't be on one style to work or using one way to work. I hope you get me. So because you are in a modern world, you have to be familiar with the new AI tools that's in the system. So let's crop it to this. Then you crop it this way. So you are done with your elevation. Just take it to your sheet. Then you are good to go. So thank you. Subscribe. If you don't subscribe, comment. If you don't comment, then you like. If you don't like, just share for anyone who is ready to study this software. All right. So I welcome you to my channel, Horsepower Card, on YouTube, Horsepower Card, on TikTok, Horsepower Architecture, on Instagram, Horsepower underscore architectural design. Then on X, the one you know is the Twitter, yeah, uh, Horsepower or Godwin Card. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe as I said. And you also like as well. Thank you. See you again.